It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. And if you're not enjoying your Wednesday morning, I don't know what to tell you. Well, at least you're with us here. And so, what a great way to start your day. Or if you're watching later on the archive, end your day or to break your day in the middle, whatever you're doing. It's great to have you with us. And we're stoked, excited, pumped beyond belief to be looking at this number 300 right here. What an incredible journey it's been so far. 300 times we've sat here, we've delivered content, we've introed the show, we've done our thing. The technology's mostly worked. We've done it from Starbucks, we've done it from our home offices, we've done it from all over the place, airports. And what do you think about 300, Matt?
I've been blown away, Mike, as I reminisce the last few days, knowing that episode 300 was coming. Uh, what I think about it? Hey, man,
Yeah.
it just goes to show you what happens when you do something every day, or at least almost every day, and how much it compounds and builds up, So what if you exercised 300 times over the last, how long have we been doing Fuel for Success?
About 18 months.
What if you read a chapter? What if you read a chapter every day? I mean, the things that could happen in your life that would begin to snowball for the good, if you would do them every day. I think, Mike, it's awesome. I mean, episode 300, that's a lot of talk shows. That's a lot of, content. It's a lot of community. Very grateful for our Fuel for Success community. Just awesome people. We've met a lot of great friends. I think people that have met on Fuel for Success and gotten engaged, the amount of support that came from Mission 25 from our Fuel for Success community, just the friendships that were developed, the list goes on, man. What about you? What do you think about it?
I love what you said about the compound effect, because back 18 months ago, and what if we'd have said to each other, hey, let's put together, about 200 hours of content to help people become successful in their health and their marriages and their relationships and their business. Let's put together 200 hours of content and put it out there. We'd have went, are you crazy? Who can do that? I don't have time to do 200 hours. And here we are, 18 months later, 300 episodes later, and that's about what we've got, is around 200 hours of content that's out there on podcasts, it's out there on YouTube, it's out there on our Spreecast platform. It's on multiple different channels. If you can't find it, you ain't trying. And so, that's the power of the compound effect. Daily actions, continual actions over and over and over again, it adds up. And here we are. That's what I think about it. So there you go. You're welcome, everyone, for the 200 hours of content and laughter and mistakes that we've made and all of those things. So,
hey, while we are grateful that one person ever watched this show, while we are grateful that one person ever sent in a question or gave comments, retweeted, reshared on Facebook, listen, it has been a commitment doing a day, especially when we were Monday through Friday at the same time every day. Even Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday has been a big commitment. And, we've given it our best, and we've had a lot of fun with it. And, we're obviously always trying to make it better. So we'll just see what happens. We will do everything that we can to continue, and whether we use Spreecast or Periscope, whatever platform we use, whether we go back to using YouTube, but whether we, who knows? All I know is Mike and I will always be in the trenches doing something somewhere, whether it's on Instagram, whether, who knows what. At the end of the day, we're going to find every platform that we can to encourage people, to motivate people, to inspire people, to add value to people's lives. And we're excited, man. We're very excited about the future of whatever it is. All I know is you've got a life lesson. You've got to always evaluate, how can I do this better? You know what I mean? You ever made a meal? You ever made a steak on the grill, Mike, and you took a bite of it and you're like, you know what? I can make this better. Have you You ever like worked on an app or whatever? And I know me, whenever I've
Yeah.
maybe went and spoke somewhere, and I thought everybody's like, you did a good job, but inside I'm like, yeah, I did do a good job, but I know I can do better. There's one thing to be able to look in the mirror and say, I did the best I could. It's another thing to look in the mirror and say, I've got all this talent, I've got all this skill, and I'm not even close to, we're supposed to go beyond our potential. The scary part is those that not only don't go beyond their potential, but don't even at least hit their potential. And that's something that only people that are committed to excellence, deal with, because people with excellence look at things and think, thank God Steve Jobs had a spirit of excellence, right? I mean,
Right.
When I heard a story of when they were about to release the first MacBook Pro or something like that, there was just a small little noise from the fan. Everything else was perfect. Mike, you might know this story more than I do. And he like totally shut it down. He's like, nope, we're not releasing that. And I think, Mike, and I know this isn't our business show, but this is any life, okay? When your life is committed to excellence, I may look good, but I know I can look better. And it's not a guilt thing. It's not I can never measure up thing. It's an honesty thing. It's an honesty thing that says, you know what? I know I can do better than this. I'm better than this. I'm smarter than this. You ever made decisions and you're like, I know better than this. I'm smarter than this. And I think, Mike, that's got to be the mentality. And I know that's what you and I bring to the table. So, we've learned by now not to make promises because, as far as we're going to do 200 more episodes, we're going to do 200 more of something. We're not 100% sure of what platform we're going to use or how we're going to deliver content. We're going to be creative and brainstorm and, see what happens, right?
Right. And at the end of the day, it's about experimenting and testing and seeing what works best. And we know that the folks that are live with us now love this platform and they love the environment, and that's good. And one of the great things about this live platform is the opportunity that you have to ask us questions when you're live. So by all means, ask questions. Do you have any questions about? There's somebody at my door. If you have any questions about. Oh, it's my wife. She's walking through the commercial, I think. Oh, she's bringing me coffee.
Coffee!
I think this is a plug.
Oh, it's a little commercial. Buy her teacups. Yeah, listen, anything Carol does, she's going to put her whole heart and soul. So I can vouch that Carol, anything she does is first class. Mike, I didn't Periscope episode 300. What's up with this?
What do you... Light it up now. While I do a little plug, hey, this episode is brought to you by Carol's Teacup Candles. I was up late last night writing sales copy for her teacup candles, and I went, I got to go do something manly. I wrote floral and elegant so many times that I was about to go nuts. Just a little transparency there. Hey, as I was saying, so yeah, go check out Carol's Etsy site. Pick up a teacup candle if you want. They're really cool. Vintage teacups, repurposed as hand-poured soy candles. So, got my buzzwords in there. If you want to know anything about like behind the scenes and Fuel for Success, now's the time to ask. Ask the question. What do you want to know? I'm going to ask you a question, Matt. What?
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, again, I've said it before, but thank you, because literally, you went the extra mile. Not only did you work hard to get this on Spreecast, but you put every episode on our website, on YouTube, and on iTunes. Really, stop and think about that. You can't help but appreciate that's extra mile, extra mile, extra mile. And we literally get $0 for doing this. We do this because Mike and I say it, we're high-level people. To hire us as coaches costs, good amount of money because of our time. So we do this to give back. And kind of it's like a live Q&A where you can ask questions and we'll, we'll give you basically free coaching, free advice, free,
Right.
whatever. Wouldn't this be cool if like attorneys did this? A
Wow.
Q&A show, like two attorneys, like just let people ask legal advice, and they would do like 30 minutes of just, answering questions about legal advice. I mean, how amazing would that be, right?
That's going on my legal pad.
Hey,
Hey,
that's an idea, isn't it? I think we need to
it
find a
is an
couple
idea.
attorneys and hit them up with this idea. Tell them we'll
Hey,
produce it. You guys just talk.
just show up, man. Um, in the interest of full disclosure, if you go to the fuelforsuccess.tv site, we've oftentimes done like a quick book review or recommend a book, and we put a link in there that links to our Amazon Associates account. And throughout the 300 episodes, we have made almost $2. So just so you know, it's not 100% free. We have made almost $2.
That's
So
not bad. The donation, the donation part that Fuel for Success added, we've never had a
yeah,
donation. Just letting you know.
no, there is a donation button up
But we're not
there.
letting that totally destroy our
Doesn't
self-esteem
matter.
at all.
Not at all. What was I going to say? Oh, let me ask you this, Matt. Of all 300 episodes, what's your craziest memory?
By far, dude, the time that I was on my way to a Mission 25 and we were so committed to like daily, not ever missing a show, that I went in and did the show in a Staples, like, the office store Staples. I literally went in, got on one of their computers, got on my knees and shot the show on my knees as employees kept coming and asking me if I needed help. And I'm like, no, I'm all good. I'm just testing out, how good this computer works. I mean, that goes down as one of my top favorites. And then, man, there's been so many, my goodness. I think maybe times that, I've done these in like a Starbucks and people, look at us, like when Mike and I have done them together, people come up and say, who are you guys? Just stuff like that, was fun. Oversleeping and getting a text from you at 9:25. Hey, Rev, are you about ready for the show? Be like, oh my God, I just woke up. And literally getting on the show at 9:30, making it within 5 minutes, and none of you knew it. The amount of times that Mike and I have done our shows, in our boxers, so, I don't know, Mike. I mean, what about you? Let's go a little behind the scenes here, man. What's one of your favorite memories, man?
There are a couple, and what's interesting is the viewers just wouldn't even know probably, but some of the things that we've done to get because even though we just sort of show up and the camera's on and all that sort of thing, you have to mess with the lighting a little bit. Sometimes you've got ambient sound, and we've been in places where we had to, move things around or whatever. And I remember being in a hotel, and there was like, I was in a lobby. It was very cool, but the lighting was wrong, and there was a lot of sound. And I'm like trying to get set up, connected to the internet, getting everything working on my laptop. And my wife is literally like unscrewing light bulbs in the lobby and like getting the manager to turn down the music. And like we completely rearranged the hotel lobby just to
Or
shoot
her
the show.
stopping people from moving the carts. God forbid they're taking their luggage, and Carol's like, shh, got a talk show going on over here. Yeah. That's commitment, my friends.
The other thing I was thinking of, I think we were in Philadelphia at a Starbucks, and we were together doing the show, and like you just like pulled people into the show. Like, come here, we want to interview you on the show. They were sitting next to us, and I don't remember what we were talking. We were talking about relationships, but they were like listening to us and kind of engaging. You're like, come over here, we want to talk to you, and you like, or picked your laptop up and walked over to them, like, let me ask you a question. What do you think about? How do you know if someone really loves you or something? They're like going, answering the questions, like, hey, that's exciting.
That's funny. You know what else is funny, Mike? Is the shows when both of us would be on the road and we would stop and ask people, like, I went into hotels. Hey, man, I do a daily internet talk show. I've gone into like, coffee shops. Like, hey, I'm doing a daily internet talk show. Can I use your internet here or whatever? Just because, I mean, we've gone through some, dude, you've done one of our talk shows in your car from your like Wi-Fi thing. What was that? Remember, you couldn't find Wi-Fi anywhere, so you pulled over and did it in your car. If people don't think we were committed, my friends, I mean, literally, for
Somewhere
like
in
the
Wisconsin.
first year that we did Fuel for Success, when we did Monday through Friday, our lives revolved around it. I mean, straight up. Especially do what it used to be at 11:30. Remember when the talk show used to be at 11:30? Like that shut down like almost because preparation before the show, post show stuff. I mean, it was like, hey, we got to move this thing to the mornings, you know?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, a lot of fun times, bro. A lot of fun times. What do you think was the craziest Fuel for Success moment where like we both were like, oh my. I think we had to block somebody, right? Didn't we have to block somebody once?
A couple of times we did. Yeah, early on. People are
Yeah.
crazy. What are you going to do? You're right. I had forgotten about that middle of the day at 11:30 because all things told, I mean, preparation, broadcasting the show, and then post production. You're looking at almost a 2-hour block of time in some
On
cases.
time,
So,
folks.
yeah, Ashley says she remembers brother Dr. Sefcek, who was on and gave great content. That was a really good show.
That was a good show. He was let's name our top 5 favorite interviewers. The Doctor, Jay Combs,
Sefcek, yep.
hands down,
Yeah,
one of the best ever. Who else? Huh? Sunshine, about entrepreneurship. That was awesome. Her and her kids sleeping in her car. That was awesome. Who else did you enjoy?
Man, hang on, I'm trying to look him up.
Oh, the lady
I'm a
that
grandpa
lost
now,
weight,
my
Pam Smith, dude. The lady that lost all the weight by juicing. That was hands down awesome.
One of my favorite episodes, and so far it is the most popular episode on YouTube, is the juicing episode number 19 that we did together at your place.
Of
that
you
was
and I
pretty
juicing.
awesome.
That was fun, dude. What was fun is Carol behind the scenes, like bringing us fruit, and, like cutting stuff up because we ran out of something, and like, dude, that was epic, man. That was a blast. And by the way, we don't want to go too behind the scenes. There is a question I want to ask though. I don't want to go too behind the scenes. I've already told too much, but transparency is my greatest asset and it's my greatest weakness. I'm just way too transparent. So being a public figure, among like grassroots people that just love people that are transparent, that's awesome. Being a public figure, it's not always so awesome. Being a brand, it's not always so awesome. Sometimes the brand takes a little beating for it. But anyways, Mike, there was something I was going to tell you, man, that was very important. Are you going back to the interviews?
Yeah, I was going to look it up, but go ahead.
Don't worry about it. My mind went blank for a second. Oh, let's give something away, dude. There's no way that we can do episode 300 without giving away something. Tell you what let's do. Let's give away a 15-minute call with both of us. They can either do it 3-way or they can do it separately. So let's give it away. Set that up. Give away. Somebody can talk to Mike for 15 minutes. And listen, you can learn a lot from Mike in 15 minutes. Pick his brain about technology, about, maybe something with a website or maybe just life. Me, 15 minutes, same thing. Whatever you want to talk about. If you need advice on how to build websites, I'm happy to help. Advice on coding,
If you need some SQL code help, Katie has access to me anyways, but here's what we're doing. We're going to text the word call, CALL, to 727-341-5599er. And as soon as you do that, you're going to be entered into the drawing. We'll give that away.
While they're doing that, I want everyone to start typing in what you loved most about Fuel for Success. I know that, Mike, we'd average up to, I think, close to 1,000 views per show. Because many times people watch at night, they watch later in the day. We have people that literally have never missed a show. Like never. Like seriously never. I've met people in our travels. I mean, how many times have you met people and you're like, you're the talk show dude. Like, whoa, I watch you every night with my mom, Seriously, I don't even know. Like, we totally love your show. I mean, so we're grateful, obviously. We're very grateful for that.
Yes, very grateful. And I'm working multiple angles here because I had forgotten we were going to give something away, and I didn't have my random number generator set up, so I'm doing that as well.
I forgot one of my favorite parts about the show is some of Carol's random text while you and I are right in the middle of something that made me fall over. Like one time I fell out of my chair, if you'll remember, because she texted something so funny, and it was right at a key moment that I fell over. I couldn't stop laughing, man. So that's the good part about having text pop up on your computer is, it's good because that way you don't miss text. It's bad because you could be in a serious moment and then Carol will say one of the funniest. Like there's nobody funnier at one-liners than Carol, hands down.
That's probably true. I'm quick behind the scenes. I don't know, you can probably tell by watching the show, but Matt likes to like throw curveballs to me, and say things that I'm not expecting, and like ask me to do things like on the fly that you're like, really? That'll take me like 10 minutes. You got 16 seconds to do that. Okay.
Yeah, and you guys would never know it. You guys would never know it, but it happens more than you ever realize. And Mike just rolls with it. But it is funny because I know, and we laugh about it later, and sometimes he's like, Maddox. Like, hey, Mike, tell him about that webinar we're doing tonight. What's the title? And he literally has to make up a title on the spot. So whatever it is, now rarely I try not to ever do that to him, but I have thrown some curveballs at him.
Yeah.
She said I need to put you in this Mary says, Mary's been a faithful. Mary Pacey. Oh, this is Tabitha Peters' first time ever watching Fuel for Success. Welcome, Tabitha.
First time live.
First time live? Live.
First time live. Yeah.
I'm also impressed with how many teenagers and children watch Fuel for Success, dude. Like we think it's just all adults. There's actually a ton of children and teenagers that watch Fuel for Success.
We've got numbers rolling in. Keep texting the word call, CALL, to 727-341-5599 to win a 15-minute phone call with the hosts of Fuel for Success, Matt Maddox and Mike Hopkins. It's my radio voice. Hi to Katie's nanny and Shelby, Sloan, and Sydney.
Whoever her nanny is, keep up the good work. Those girls need you. So, Mike, let's talk, man. We got like 8 to 10 minutes-ish. Let's try to squeeze in at least one question.
Just...
This is our relationship show. Mike, let's go ahead and let's go behind the scenes on this. Listen, we're as opposite as heat and ice. We're as opposite as black and white. We're as opposite as night and day. Like, you cannot get any more opposite than Mike and I. You just can't in every aspect. How do you think you and I have been able to stay so close? Because we've been in intense situations. I mean, oh my Lord, the conflict, not even with each other, sometimes with each other, not bad, but I mean, that happens in relationships, right? But the journey we've been on of just, it's not like we've just been buddies and we golfed a couple times a year, fished a few times a year together. I mean, we've done like some world-shaking stuff that's like intense. We've had to make intense decisions. We've had tough conversations. We've had to shoot each other straight. We've had to listen to each other. We've had to kind of balance each other out, buffer each other. You've had to say, Matt, don't do that. Don't send that email. Don't call him right now. Now I've had to say, Mike, I don't know what I've had to say, but anyway, so something. Sure, but what made us so close, man, do you think, man? Seriously.
I think supernatural, God-given patience.
Hey, now, for me, yeah, I've had to have a lot of patience.
Yeah. Well, I actually, what's interesting, the way you phrased the question, well, you started out by saying that we're different in so many different ways, and I wouldn't say that we're opposite in every way, but in a lot of ways we are. We have
Go
yeah.
ahead. Sorry I cut you off
like
again. My bad.
here's probably the biggest thing. The biggest thing is, I think, just working together side by side in boot camp, Soul Winners Boot Camp, and Mission 25, and those sort of things. We've developed a trust for one another, and that's the number one thing. At the end of the day, even when things, because listen, a lot of times you can see something at the just you'll catch a glimpse of something, you'd be like, wait a minute, what does that mean, right? And if people are looking to be offended, if they're looking for opportunities for division, if they're looking for those, opportunities to find fault, you will always find them. Okay, if you're looking for them, you will find them. But when you've got a trust and like a solid understanding that, look, this is my boy, he's got my back, I know him, right? We've got this trust, and I think that's the number one thing, that we've just developed that trust, working together in the trenches, knowing that no matter what, I mean, even if one of us makes a mistake, we're going to be good with it, and it's not going to cause issues, and that trust, I think, carries a lot of weight.
Yeah, it really does. Trust, and I like what Pacey said. I get the impression y'all have intense respect. Pacey, highest level of respect. So much.
Yeah.
God is my witness right now. If Mike Hopkins ever called me and said, Matt, I don't feel good about the decision you're about to make, I 100% would not make it. 100%. I mean, literally. That's all he's got to say. He don't even got to give me the reason why. If he ever just says, man, I don't feel good, bro. Done deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, done deal. I'm like, okay, bro, I don't get it, but I trust you on this one. And actually, believe it or not, there's been times he's done that. He's never abused it, but there's been times he's been like, bro, I don't know. My gut says otherwise. And listen, when I get ready to make a decision, I'm very decisive, and I rarely ever second guess a decision. And usually when I get ready to decide something, I mean it. But I'm telling you, my kind of respect for old Mike Hopkins, if he told me he didn't have a good feeling, I would stop dead in my tracks and say, okay, man, put this thing on hold for right now. And I've done it. I've done it with major life events, man, like major. So good stuff there, and I think too, Mike, I mean, we apply a lot of relationship principles of respect, of, showing, respect is where it's at, and also understanding, and then I really believe it's a God thing. I believe God has put us together for causes that we're involved in on many fronts, help, missions work, training people, coaching people, all that good stuff. Do we have winners on the coaching calls, Mike?
Hey, yep. Let me do a drawing on that. We'll do a true random number generation here for our winner, which is, let me see. This is a number, looks familiar. I don't have caller ID in my my system here, so I don't know who it is, but it's a number ending in 0696.
0696. Let me pull up on my phone and see what that is. 0696. I know.
So if that's you, you can either text the number in, or you can just give us a shout out right now.
I have their phone number in my phone, and that's tragic. Who's the winner? I see a wink from Mary. Does that mean she won? Congratulations, Mary. I don't know of anybody that deserves it more. And again, awesome. Mike didn't, no favoritism there. He's got a system that just spits out a number. But so Mary, you're in, man. 15-minute call. We'll set that up next week. If you don't mind, this week's insane. But next week we will go 15 minutes with you on a Q&A. So, Mike, we're almost out of time, bro. I know we are both very busy. Is there any other questions or anything you want to talk about episode 300? Anything else we want to give away? I'm afraid if we gave away one of my books, I think everybody that watches Fuel for Success has this. And if you don't, I'm going to be mad about it, that even if you won, I'm not going to want to send it to you. Because if by now you don't own my juice book that's been out for over a year, I don't think I even want to give you a copy. I know that sounds hardcore, but come on. You know, we've dished out 300 episodes. At least you could do is buy my book, y'all. It's called I can give away one of Caleb's, but let me say this. I do want everyone to support my son because I do believe in the law of fair exchange. Mike and I give to you, and anytime we come for an ask, and you've been kind to us, thank you, you have, especially with Mission 25, our Fuel for Success community was insane kind. In fact, we wouldn't have made it through Mission 25 without our Fuel for Success community. And one of our number one supporters who 100% of the time supported Pacey, got to give her a shout out, Mike. I mean, one of our number one supporters who literally 100% of the time that we asked for donations for Mission 25 went in. And so did Britain. So shout out to both of them girls because they made a huge difference. Did a lot of behind the scenes work. Dare I start calling people out because there were so many. Mike, we could do another Mission 25 recap because, dude, we literally haven't scratched 15. We may have covered 15% of the memories and stories in all of our talks. But yeah, do really support my son. Go to Amazon. And it's not just about supporting. Time out. You're going to get something out of this. This isn't like a comic book. This literally will impact you and motivate you, inspire you, and especially if you have kids. So, yeah, it's a law of fair exchange here. If we help you, you help us anytime we ask. And really, you should. And that's how it should be. If you want to keep the flow of abundance and blessings, you should always, 100% of the time, do what those that help you ask you to do. If people motivate you, let's say somebody inspires you and they say, hey, retweet this, 100% of the time you should do it. Because it's the law of fair exchange. If you get blessings from people or encouragement or coaching or whatever it is, and they go for an ask, I'm giving you a life principle here about abundance and blessing. Do it. If people are kind to you, people at the airport have helped me many times. People where friends have helped me many times. If they ever ask me to do something, it should be an automatic, man. If it's within my power, I will do it. Anyways, nice little plug there, Mike. Thanks for putting the link up. But let's give a copy of Caleb's book away.
Awesome. Let's do it. Hey, text the word book right now to the same number, 727-341-5599. And we'll enter you into a drawing and give away a copy of Caleb's book. And hey, on the topic that we were talking about.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. Since it is Wednesday and we frequently talk about relationships and that sort of thing, and one of the key elements that I was driving at in our relationship and our ability to work together as partners, as friends and that sort of thing. And this is I think great relationship advice to anybody that's watching this. If you can give people the benefit of the doubt, and that's like a colloquialism, benefit of the doubt. But if you can understand that for the most part, people are not against you, and that, a lot of times if you just give them the positive benefit of the doubt, say, you know what, assume first of all that they're trying to do the right thing. That'll save you a lot of frustration in life. It'll save you a lot of difficulties. It'll save a lot of conflict and a lot of emotional stress on yourself. Because a lot of times what we do is, we see things, we try to pick it apart, and we all of a sudden get all that emotional weight on ourselves for what other people are doing. Whereas if you give them the benefit of the doubt, you pretty much release it right away. And so you don't carry all that emotional weight, which is really a great way to handle those sort of situations.
Dude, that's actually good. That's a golden nugget right there, my friend, and it's true. Actually, I'm taking that to heart. It's very true. Always give people the benefit of the doubt before you jump to conclusions. Marcella said she texted to the wrong number. So, Mike, for that
just text quick to the.
What's that?
Just text to the right one. Just text to the right one real quick, and we'll get you entered in.
book to 727-341-55, and in Mike's words, Niner. And then we'll give away a book. We'll talk maybe another minute or so. We'll let everybody go. There will be no Fuel for Success tomorrow morning. Mike and I have meetings that we're committed to, and like I said, we're not giving any promises. We don't know. We're going to kind of take a few days over the weekend and talk about how to take this to the next level, and, whatever it might be. Whatever it might be. We will just know this. Mike and I will be out there somewhere. But right now, our highest priority is our My Health 90. And we've really got to go in the trenches with our members, because at the end of the day, it's about helping them lose weight, get healthy, and right now we're really laser focused on that, probably more than we've ever been. So if we put Fuel for Success on hold for a while, no panicking. Mike and I will be out there. Of course, don't forget, Caleb and I are doing the Matt and Caleb show on Spreecast and Periscope, and we've actually reduced it to 15 minutes. We did yesterday's in 15 minutes. We were proud of ourselves. So we'll be back again today. So don't forget, if you subscribe to Spreecast, like Mike said, all you got to do is click subscribe. It's not like they're going to come and take your car away if you subscribe. It's not like, they're going to kidnap your kids. It's not like, they're going to have access to your credit card information. It's just one button, subscribe. And that way you can get an email anytime we upload a show. Whether Mike and I decide to do a random health tip of the day, just randomly, we might do that. You won't know about it unless you're subscribed. You won't know if Mike and I decide to do a random 10-minute Q&A. Just say, you know what, let's go live for 20 minutes and answer as many questions as we can for 20 minutes. Mike and I might do that kind of stuff. So make sure you subscribe to Spreecast. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because the same thing applies. Anytime we upload something on our YouTube, you would get a notification. Right, Mike?
Exactly. Yeah, follow Matt on Spreecast. That's a good way to do it. Here's our winner is a number for Caleb Maddox's book, Keys to Success for Kids. Number ending in 3415. So
Woo!
That's you.
I know it is.
Britton.
Good old awesome. Britton Lamone. I'm sure she's probably knowing her. She's probably already bought one, but Britton, get another one for free, and you will, read it, give it to somebody if you've already bought a couple for your kids. If not, then you got one coming on the way on us. Tell your kids, hey, by the way, Britton, tell your kids we said hi. They're awesome. Mike, hey, Britton, what a great time, bro. It's bittersweet. Bittersweet right now. 300 episodes, kind of like Larry King Live. Wish we had a microphone to just dim the lights and only see the microphone. Remember that moment when Larry King did his last show and bam, all you could see was his microphone? That was powerful, man. I was a Larry King fan. I loved the way he interviewed. I loved the way he asked questions. He was, to me, the best. And will there ever be another Larry King? We don't know. But it's going to take a long time, because he was a legend in his own right. So, Larry, if you're watching, dude, I'm one of your biggest fans, man.
It's good. Hey, great show, Matt. And thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Everybody said thank you. Hey, we love you guys. If Mike and I can ever serve you in any way, please don't hesitate to email us. We mean that. Email Mike at mattmaddox.com or Matt at mattmaddox.com. If you need to lose weight at all and you're sick of dieting and you don't know what to do, go to myhealth90.com and let us help you. We'll spend 90 days training you how to create the right habits so that health can become a lifestyle and so you can stop dieting. If you stay in touch with us, because there's good things ahead, really good things ahead. Follow Mike on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Periscope, and same with me. And there's many ways to stay connected, my friends. Definitely Periscope. If you guys want to stay connected, get on Periscope. All you got to do is download the app. It'll help if you have a Twitter account and all that kind of stuff. So, we'll definitely keep you posted. Okay, guys? There's the website for myhealth90.com. If you ever come across anybody that's sick or needs to lose weight, please give them that website because we're here to help. All right, we love you guys. Mike, hey, what a great time, bro. Thanks for all your hard work, and I mean that from my soul, dude. Only God knows, and you know, the amount of hours you put in building the website, iTunes, YouTube, just an insane amount of time into 300 episodes, bro. Unbelievable. Love you, man.
That's been fun. Love it. Thanks, everyone. Thanks to our viewers. It's been awesome.
God bless you guys. Thank y'all.